Just keep hearing the phrase that Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus says, like, get messy, make mistakes, take risks, or whatever. I forget exactly how it goes, but it's about like getting messy, make mistakes, like taking risks. And I just feel like this is telling you to like basically stop playing it safe in your life. Maybe you've just been afraid of like showing your true self, or like people making fun of you, or like what people are gonna think, or I don't know. And this card, I swear to God, this is the third time that this has come out. Every time I use this deck, this card has come out. It's the Daughter of Pentacles. This is you kind of like breaking away either from your family or from your codependency and kind of standing on your own 2 or 4 feet, like on your own. And this is like you kind of emerging, not from being a baby, but like coming into like your true self, emerging into your full form. That was another thing I was hearing, was like you're taking your final form. Yeah, you're taking your final form. So I don't know if that resonates with you, but you just had the Lovers come out. You had the Lovers, 4 of Pentacles, and the Father of Cups. When the Father of Cups comes out, it's very much like reminding me of like a black swan, or like the ugly duckling, somebody who's like maybe like an outcast or different, but is like very noticeable and very, you just stand out. So yes, you may be considered like an outcast or like a loser, so to speak, but it's like you also stand out because of your unique gifts and because of like your unique personality and talents. You have the Father of Cups, you have the Daughter of Pentacles, you have the 4 of Pentacles, so lots of earth energy. And then like the major arcana that you have here is the Lovers, which is Gemini energy, and it's like 2 geese flying side by side. So it's like I also feel like you, as much as you've been an outcast, this is like your time to either find your tribe, or if it's not like a tribe, then it's like you maybe finding like a soulmate or a best friend or somebody that you really connect with in a way that you haven't been able to in the past, because again, you weren't showing your true colors, you weren't showing your full self, so it wasn't as easy for these people to find you. With this 4 of Pentacles here, usually this is kind of talking about a sense of lack or a sense of doubt, something that you're unsure of, or like, again, that you just have like this lack mentality where you're kind of afraid to step into this new you, or like step into this new level of abundance that you're about to experience. Because like I said, you have a lot of earth energy, so there is something about this bringing in not necessarily a new beginning, yes, but like a new level of abundance, a new level of fulfillment, a new level of success. And I just want to see if anything else wants to come out. But like your main message, like I said, is to take risks. Don't be afraid to get messy. Like, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid, because that's like part of the journey. And something that somebody recently told me that has been sticking with me, because I can tend to be a perfectionist and be too hard on myself, as I feel like this collective may be as well, is there are no mistakes. And I know that sometimes that's hard for us to feel that way, especially if we've let other people down or let ourselves down or whatever it is. It's like there are no mistakes in life, only redirection. The mistakes that you make most of the time, or a lot of the time, do lead you to where you're supposed to be. So there are no such thing as mistakes. So just don't be afraid to come out of your shell and to let yourself shine. Yeah, I know you're very mentally conflicted about this, but I promise the doubt that you have, of course, it's in your head. I feel like that's something that you really need to learn how to let go of, is other people's perceptions of you, and learning how to perceive yourself from a standpoint of self-love instead of self-criticism. And like, of course, you're your own biggest critic at the end of the day. So it's like, I think that's important for you to remember that like the only person who's truly judging you is you at the end of the day. And I think that that's just something that you really need to learn how to work through. I feel like you just have a lot of trust issues as well. I feel like you've been abandoned. I feel like, again, you've been left out in the cold. You've been outcasted by people. You have the 3 and 2 of Swords here, which is also the number 5 if you put those together. So that's something changing in your life. And this is just like mental anguish. This is air energy. So you've had a lot of air and earth energy come through. But this is also kind of telling me that the winds are changing in your life, or they're picking up, or the wind is blowing you somewhere else in your life. Yeah, literally taking you somewhere new. Those cards just like flew over there. You have the Son of Pentacles, you have the 8 of Cups, and the Fool. Yes, so you are struggling to move away and to move on from whatever life you're now leaving behind. It's like you're leaving behind all you've ever known, like your comfort zone and all of these things. So this change is really hard for you to embrace and to move through.